Hi, I'm Casey Scanlon, creator of the Divinitive Answer Cards. Lao Tzu, the ancient Taoist, said, "In the center of your being, you know the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want." Well, I've always felt this to be true. Deep down, we know what's right for us. We already have the answers to our toughest choices and our deepest questions, even before we ask them. But just knowing the answer's there doesn't always mean that it's easy to see. So I designed the Divinitive Answer Cards to help with that. They're like a way to get advice from yourself. They're a useful tool for discovering your inner truths. Over the years, I've shared them with lots of friends, and it turns out they work remarkably well. Plus, they're fun in the process. So I've decided to share them with you. The Divinitive Answer Cards are divided into 3 decks. First, there's the yes-no deck. There are 7 yeses, 7 nos, and 1 blank. I designed the cards for yes or no questions, so they work best with choices or decisions, because it's these type questions that can most easily be put into the yes or no format. The next deck is the percent deck. There are 20 cards ranging from 5 to 100% in 5% increments. This allows for greater variety and flexibility in interpreting your answer. Is it weak or is it strong? And finally, there's the answer deck. There are 36 answer cards. Some of them are positive, some are negative, and some are neutral. But all of the cards are designed to provoke a further exploration and deeper understanding of your answer. When a choice is easy, it's either because it's not that important, or because your head and your heart are in agreement. The answer is simple. You know just what you want to do. It's when your head and your heart are at odds that the answer becomes less clear. Your head is speaking for the ego, and your heart is speaking for the higher self, or gut instinct, if you will. And when it comes down to the head or the heart usually knows what's best for us. How many times have you ignored your gut instinct, listened to your head, and then later said, "I knew I shouldn't have done that," or "I wish I hadn't have done that," or maybe it was something you wish you had done. Either way, your heart knew what was right, but your head got in the way. Well, that's how the Divinitive Answer Cards work. They get the head out of the way of the heart. When you draw an answer from the cards, you're setting your ego aside. You're taking your head out of the leading role in decision-making. Your heart is going to have an immediate feeling response to that yes or no card that came up. It's either going to be happy, the answer feels right, and you recognize it, or you're going to have a twinge of disappointment. Maybe the answer will still feel right, but if it doesn't feel right, you won't recognize that as your true answer. Sometimes the other cards you draw will be in support of this heart's response, and other times they'll confuse it. Well, that's when the ego gets a chance to come back in a supporting role. It's going to try to manipulate the meaning of those other answers that you drew so that your whole answer is more in line with your heart's response. So in this way, instead of blocking the heart, the head is backing it up. Let's say, for example, that you really wanted a yes, but you drew a no. If this feels wrong, then your heart is not going to recognize this no as your true answer. And if you drew a low card with that, then the ego will say, well, it's a weak no. It's still mostly yes. But if you drew a high percentage card with that, then the ego is going to work to apply that percent card to the meaning of whatever answer card you drew, or just to your heart's response in general. For those times when you really wanted the yes, but your heart did recognize that no is right, then your heart will apply that 90% to the no. And your ego, because your heart already recognized that no is right, will be more willing to accept that sometimes no is the answer. Either way, you come away with your head and your heart in agreement, and you're left with a deeper understanding of what it is you really want. The most important thing to remember, though, is that your true answer does not come from what the cards say. Your true answer comes from how you feel about what the cards say. And if you can learn to pay attention to this feeling, then the Divinitive Answer Cards will help you discover your inner truths. They won't make your decisions for you, but they'll show you that you already know what you want your decision to be. I invite you now to take a look at some of the other video clips. See the cards in action. Get to know the subtle nuances and varieties that come up. See how you can play them solo, you can play them in a group. You can use them just for fun, or you can use them for some serious self-exploration. The cards come with a set of detailed instructions, but the best way to get to know the cards is by playing with them yourselves. Thank you for listening. Namaste.